On January 20th, 2025, President Donald John Trump assumed office as the 47th President of the United States of America.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Upon assumption of office, he's begun earnestly signing a lot of executive orders.
And signs the most executive orders ever by a president on day one. 10 of them focus on immigration.
And these executive orders are having various impacts on the life of people, particularly those who are immigrants or those who are illegally in the United States of America. In this video, we talk particularly about the birthright citizenship in the United States of America and how it is likely to be impacted by the executive orders signed by the president. I am Godwin Selassie Dakbo, and this is Make It Legal. Make it legal. The president throughout his campaign time has been seen talking about doing a lot of reforms as far as immigration is concerned. He wants to do away with all the illegal immigrants in the country and make America be for the Americans or persons who are legally in America. One of the key things that he really wants to do is to deny illegal immigrants from having their children an automatic right to citizenship when they are born in the United States of America. That has resulted in a lot of debates, and he set out to do it. The first day on assuming office, he's begun signing a lot of executive orders. People have asked this question. So you'll see news articles like this one, which says that Trump has vowed to end birthright citizenship in the US. And the question is, can he really do that? This is a constitutional right, but can he do that? But the question you may ask is, what is actually birthright citizenship? What is that? Birthright citizenship is the legal principle under which citizenship is automatically granted to individuals upon birth. So there are two forms of birthright citizenship. That is, we have the ancestry-based citizenship and birthplace-based citizenship. So when we talk about birthplace-based citizenship, we are talking about citizenship which is granted to citizens based on their place of birth. So the birthplace-based citizenship is where your citizenship is determined based on the place you were born. So when you are born in the United States of America, you are automatically a citizen of the US. And that is often referred to formally as the jus soli, which is the Latin phrase simply referring to the right of the soil. So when you are born in the soil of America, you will have the right to be a citizen of that country. I mean, that is what it is. It is one form of birthright citizenship recognized by United States law. The other one is what we call the ancestry-based citizenship. What is an issue in this video has to do with the birthplace-based citizenship, which we talk about. If you are very familiar with constitutions of the world, you'll know that the United States is one of the countries with the longest surviving constitution. Their constitution was written in 1787, ratified in 1788. It is the world's longest surviving constitution or written charter of government in the world. It has been in operation since 1789. Even though the Constitution of the United States of America is the longest surviving constitution in the world and has been in operation since 1789, it has been amended several times. And one of the key amendments you might have heard about is the 13th Amendment. That's what they call it. The 13th Amendment is the one that rightly abolished slave trade or slavery in America. And in the clear words of the amendment, Section 1 of the 13th Amendment clearly says that neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. So that is what Section 1 of the 13th Amendment clearly states, that slavery and servitude of all forms is abolished in the United States of America and all its jurisdictions. So it is no longer legitimate to have slave and slave trade or servitude as a concept in the US. It's been abolished by the 13th Amendment. Now, right after that abolishment, for all your authentic Africa fabrics or Africa prints, don't look any further. Come straight to Early La Africaine and get all the products you need. Either for throw pillows of any color, you want this color, or an African breed type like this, something like this, or something like this, all of them, you get them at Elila African. Call them, the number is right on the screen. Call them right now and place your order. Whether you want to export it to America, to UK, Canada, or any part of the world, rush to Elila African and they will attend to you. They are genuine, authentic African prints. Just rush to them and get yours. We are proud to have them support this video, and I am also proud to recommend them to you to buy their fabrics. Go there and get any of their African print products. You'll never regret it. You can see the numbers on the screen. Ensure that you call them, send them a WhatsApp right now to place an order for any fabric of your choice, any color, any size, any quantity you want, you will get it. Just call them. They can deliver it across the globe. You can reach them on this number right on WhatsApp. So what are you waiting for? Rush now and order for it. And the good part is that they can actually design throw pillows for you and other African prints fabrics they use for all kinds of products, all kinds of decorations in your living room. Reach out to Elila African. Reach out to them also on IG. They are there with all their fabrics and some of the things they've been designing. They are into fashion design as well. So hey, don't delay. Go there right now. And the good part is that from now till the end of February 2025, there's a promo running. And when you go, just tell them that you are ordering from makit.legal family and use the promo code makit.legal, and they'll give you 20% on all your orders. Trust me, that is true. It's happening right there. Thank you, and let's get back to the video. The state also had another amendment which we call the 14th Amendment, and the 14th Amendment also did a very important thing which has some significance to our discussion today. The very first section, which is section 1 of the 14th Amendment, states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. So the 14th Amendment is the key law that guarantees the constitutional right of a person born in the US at the time of his birth. So whether you are a foreigner in the US, you are there legally or illegally, once you give birth in the US, the child is automatically a citizen of the United States of America, and you are entitled to all the privileges and rights of a US citizen. Anything a US citizen can do, you have the same right to do them. And you are equally entitled by constitutional right to protection of life and of property. The 14th Amendment, of course, has been a very good law, and people have been enjoying it. You see a lot of Africans, of course, the elite and the well-to-do, they rush to USA to go and give birth to their children there, so that the child will automatically become the citizen of the United States of America. People still do that today. They rush with their 3-month pregnancy or their 6-month pregnancy, go visit the United States of America, say on a 3-month visit to a family relative or a friend, and within the 3 months, they will give birth. Once they give birth, the facilities are there to take care of them, so they take good care of them, and the law permits that they should become citizens of the US. But here is a turn of events. Our able President Donald John Trump, is saying that this is not right for persons who are illegally residing in the US. And on assuming office on January 20th, 2025, he has begun signing a lot of executive orders, and 10 of these executive orders borders on immigration, and one of them is denying every child born in the US from February 19, 2025 by an illegal immigrant the right to be a citizen of the United States of America.
President Donald Trump, sworn into office and signs the most executive orders ever by a president on day one. 10 of them focus on immigration.
Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. With these actions, we will begin the complete restoration of America and the revolution of common sense.
If you are illegally in the United States of America as an immigrant or as someone who has just gone there on a short-term visa or temporary visa, and you are still staying there, or you overstay your visa duration, a lot of Ghanaians who are out there staying in the US and their documentations are not completed, and they are supposed to leave the United States of America to their home country, but they are still staying there. They have overstayed their legitimate period. You are illegally resident in the US. This executive order will directly affect you. In fact, the president has started signing them earnestly, as he promised on the day of inauguration that he's going to sign historic executive orders. He started.
First item that President Trump is signing is the rescission of 78 Biden-era executive actions, executive orders, presidential memoranda, and others. Thank you, sir. And lastly, sir, before we go back to the Oval Office to sign a large number of other items, is a directive to the federal government ending the weaponization of government against the political adversaries of the previous administration, as we've seen. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
He started some and stopped along the way and promised to go continue them at the Oval Office. He signed one that he removed the United States of America from World Health Organization.
The president signing another executive order pulling the United States out of the World Health Organization. The U.S. is the largest funder of the WHO, which monitors disease outbreaks around the world.
And as you heard from the video, the World Health Organization is funded by a lot of countries, including the US. And the US is one of the largest funding partner of the World Health Organization. Now, Donald Trump is removing the US from the World Health Organization. It means that their funding will be affected. A lot of world health issues that they address would have problems. That's an interesting one. And he also signed this historic one, which is...
Now, as we mentioned, President Trump signing an executive order tonight that attempts to end birthright citizenship in the United States. That right is guaranteed by the Constitution. The 14th Amendment states anyone born in the United States is an American citizen. But President Trump wants to exclude children born to parents who entered this country illegally.
This executive orders, particularly the one we are talking about, which is about birthright citizenship of a person born in the US, has faced a lot of opposition. And interestingly, about 22 lawsuits have been filed in various state courts to seek to set aside, as we will call it, this executive order, saying that it is unconstitutional and is contrary to the law for the president to use executive order to sort of counsel something that is guaranteed by the Constitution. And of course, all these 22 states are in court. But the Washington state is already ahead with an interim order to restrain the implementation of this order until the court determines whether or not it is legitimate to have that order in place. And the court has granted an order restraining the implementation or enforcement of that order for 14 days until the determination is made whether or not it is constitutional for that order of the president to be enforced. And this has now been the Attorney General of the Washington state.
Courthouse today to defend the United States Constitution. We are thrilled that the court saw the seriousness and the urgency of the complaint and request for a temporary restraining order brought by the state of Washington, Oregon, Arizona, and Illinois, and are thrilled that the judge issued a temporary restraining order directing the United States government to take no further action in enforcing and implementing the unconstitutional and un-American executive order attempting to eliminate birthright citizenship in America. This is step one, but to hear the judge from the bench say that in his 40 years as a judge, he has never seen something so blatantly unconstitutional sets the tone for the seriousness of this effort.
Among the 50 states of America, 22 of them are even against this executive order, and their attorney generals have already gone to court to file a lawsuit against the constitutionality of such an order. And it's interesting, and one of them has already obtained a restraining order, as we call it, which is to last for 14 days. So the important thing to note is that this is a constitutional right guaranteed by the Constitution. You can only have that right amended or affected or varied by a constitutional amendment, and that is what the law requires. So people are saying that the president cannot amend the constitution by an executive orders. There's a right procedure or process by which the constitution can be amended. Now, when you come to Ghana, the issue of citizenship is having a lot of constitutional and statutory backing. So the constitution, for example, in Article 6 of the 1992 Constitution, Article 6, Clause 2, is clear that for Ghana, when we talk about citizenship by birth, we are referring to you being born in Ghana, subject to some conditions. And the conditions are that either your parent or your grandparent is or was a citizen of Ghana. So Ghana, you don't have that automatic birthright of citizenship. If you are born in Ghana today as a child and born by a foreigner, you do not become an automatic citizen of Ghana. You only become a citizen of Ghana when either your parents or grandparents were or are citizens of Ghana. So you trace your citizenship from the citizenship of your parents. So foreigners cannot rush into the country and give birth to their children in the country, then their children become citizens automatically, like it is in the US. So our case is very unique. Both the Constitution and the Citizenship Act of 2000 is very clear on the fact that citizenship is always based on citizenship status of your parent or your grandparent or even your great-grandparent, or you get to apply to be registered by either by marriage or by naturalization and all other ways to become a citizen of Ghana. Aside that, you cannot claim birthright citizenship in Ghana unless a condition is met. The condition is that either your parents or grandparents were or are citizens of Ghana. I believe you've picked a lesson or two from this one. If you are new to the channel and you're yet to subscribe to the channel, please do us a favor. Go ahead and hit the subscription button right now. Subscribe to the channel and do like this video if you enjoy it. Don't forget to share it with a friend. And hey, as always, we like to hear what you think and know what you are saying. So drop it in the comment section and let's get chatting and let's get talking in the comment section. I am Gordon Selassie Dakpo and this is Make It Legal.
Make it legal.